we're back on. Hopefully get some people joining. We're back on again. Live. Awesome stuff. Meanwhile, I'm trying to find something here. I don't know where it's gone. There we are. Right at the back. Technical difficulties are a problem on these live streams. The joys of technical difficulties, the joys of live TV and live streaming. Uncut things that you normally wouldn't see. Something's gone missing there, but I don't know what the hell happened. We're back. Unknown person, whoever you are. Random people. Right, what's the time? Is it 20 to 8? We'll do about half hour or so. We'll go, and we'll see how we get on today. See how many people want to come on tonight and chuck some questions at myself regarding Fulham Football Club and some other things as well. We'll be talking about quite a bit tonight. It's been a long time. Yeah, I'm doing okay. Not doing too bad. Yeah, the live streams took a bit of a break from doing them. Thought I'd bring them back now. Yeah, I'm good. Doing all right. Doing okay. Not too bad at all. Bit bored tonight, so I thought I'd chuck in a live stream. What do you think of Anguissa? I thought Anguissa played really well last night. Well, not last night, Sunday, weren't it? I thought he played really well. So, got man of the match, deservedly so. So, good luck to him. If he turns it around, then great. I'll happily eat a big old slice of humble pie after slagging him off at the start of the season. If he can go and improve, then wicked. He'll definitely win me over. Got 9 viewers at the moment. This is not too bad. We're doing okay. For a first live stream in about, what, 2 months? A month? I think it's February. I think the last one we went in. Pete Walden says, love the channel, thanks very much. Who's the worst signing of the season for Fulham this year? It's a good one. Worst signing? Oh, I wouldn't know. I'd probably say Markovic at the moment, because he hasn't played really. I know Pogba has lost every game. How would you rate our performance under him? I'd rate the Chelsea game of probably a 7 or 8, Leicester a 5, and last night again probably about a 7 or 8 again. Who do you think will sell next year in the Championship? I'm not too sure at the moment. It's quite hard to tell right now because you don't know what's going to happen between now and the end of the season. We could probably put in a couple of good performances and people might want to stay for next year. What do you think of Mitrovic? Good striker, but very replaceable, I think. A striker who scores in patches. He's not overly prolific, and I think if he wants to go next year, he's very replaceable. Do you think we'll need another striker to help Mitrovic out for next season? I think Mitrovic can end up going. I definitely think he could. Do you think Scott Parker will get a permanent job? I don't know. I'm sat on the fence of it. I wouldn't want him to because I think we should go with somebody with a bit more experience. But he'll want the job. But if he puts in a good performance between now and May, then he's definitely in the role in the hat for the job, isn't he? So it's all about how he gets on. Will Surrey leave when Fulham go down, and where will he go? I think he'll probably go out on loan. I think he's not done enough to justify a permanent move, so I think he'll go on loan. And I guess he'll probably go somewhere into Europe. Where do you think we'll finish in the Championship next season? I think we'll finish in the top 10. I don't think we'll go straight back up next year. Championship's a hard minefield of a division, and I don't think we'll go back up straight away. I think it'll take us probably 2 years to go back up. First season consolidate, then the season after we go up. Yeah, I did see that. I saw he got linked. Mitrovic got linked to Chinese clubs for 50 million as well. So if a club pays 50 million for him, they can have him because we've paid 27 million pound for him, and profit will be made. Do you think Cardiff will go back up next season? They've got a good chance. They have a very good squad next season for that level. If they keep Neil Warnock, then I'll probably be quite confident they can because they've got a very good squad for that level. So I think they definitely can do it. If they can retain the majority of the players they've got, then they could definitely have a chance of bouncing back at the first time of asking, which is never an easy thing to do. But if you can keep that core of the team together, you look at West Brom, they're doing okay this year. Although look at Aston Villa and Stoke, who tried to spend millions to try and get back up again, and it just hasn't worked. So I think the thing for me, keep most of your team together if you can, and maybe make back 2 or 3 additions on top of that, and you can definitely do well in this league. Be hard next year, though. I'm not looking forward to it. It's a minefield, as I said, the Championship. 46 games is a slog. I'm not looking forward to it, to be honest. And Anguissa, I thought, played very well Sunday. I was very impressed. And he played well against Chelsea as well in a cameo role, so good on him. He's doing really well. I thought we'd probably finish around 15th. I didn't think we'd pull up too many trees. I think the pundits were kind of overhyping us, I think. I thought 15th would have been a good season this year, and then maybe try and build on that next year, but obviously that's not going to happen. We're going to go down, so what can you do? What can you do? One of those things. relegation is now a certainty. It will take some sort of full-on miracle for us to start next year. So it's not going to happen. It won't happen, unfortunately. So yeah, disappointing. This season's been disappointing, but what can you do? What can you do? One of those things. It's football, isn't it? One season, brilliant. The next season, not so good. But that's football for you. We'll be back. Who do you want to see? No, I don't want to see Schürrle play in the next couple of matches. No way. I don't know where. I don't know. He's apparently got a virus, so if he's making out he's ill and that, I don't know if he's ill or not. But I wouldn't really want to see him play in the next couple of games. I think the group we've got at the moment, the team we played on Sunday, definitely should get another go. Not in a couple of weeks against Man City. I think it's international break this weekend, I think, and then Man City the week after, so I'd probably start the same team. Right, okay, I'll try and answer both these questions at once. What do you think of Rico? I think he's going to have to be dropped. I think the mistakes he's made now, ever since West Ham, you can't keep getting away with them, so I'd like to see maybe Fabry get a go. I think there was a question there to come up about Liverpool and the Hammersmith, about Liverpool fans in the home end. Well, I wasn't happy about that. Coming out of Putney Tube Station Sunday to an absolute swarm of tickets outers, it didn't surprise me to see so many Liverpool fans in there. That's where they probably got the tickets from. The big barrage of touters you got met with as you come out of the tube station was just disgusting. Yeah, I think you can expect with Liverpool. I think that was a fixture in the past that's always had some sort of issues with home supporters or with fact away supporters being in home end. So, do you think the club will welcome Kamara back? In my opinion, everyone deserves a second chance. I think what he did was stupid, but if he comes back, gets his head down and wants to play for us again, then he deserves a second crack of the whip. I think everyone, as I said, deserves a second chance in life. So if he shows that he's more than capable and willing to play again, then definitely I think he'll suit the Championship next season. He's a type of player we don't have a lot of, pace and power. So he's definitely a player who's got quality that we don't have, so definitely. If Rafa stays, we strengthen in the summer. Can we fight for top 8, do you think? I think top 8's a big ask. You look at some of the teams in there already, like Wolves and teams like that. I think it's a very big ask because the top 8 are generally quite good. I don't know. I'd probably say top 10. Top 8, I think, is a bit of a step too far. But as I said, it all depends on the recruitment in the summer. If you go and buy a number of decent players, 5 or 6 good players who can fit in and around the side alongside Almiron and players like that, then there's a good chance Newcastle can do well. But it's all dependent on whether Rafa stays or not. I think if he stays, then great. If he doesn't, then it might be a bit harder next year. But I don't like thinking too far ahead. Opinions on the cards? Look, I think it's a tough one really because they want what's best for Fulham and they get a lot of abuse. Some of it's fair and I think some of it isn't because I think what they've done for the club in the past has generally been good. They've obviously put a lot of work into trying to build this club long term, the new training ground complex, I think the old BBC headquarters, something like that. The Riverside stand's going to be done up, so they've definitely got the best interest of the club at heart, but some of the choices they make at times can be silly. I don't think it's all down to Tony Khan this season. I think you've got to look at both managers this season, Ranieri and Jukanovic. They've got to take their share of the buck as well. I think they're both to blame as well. Both couldn't find a solution to what's going to happen. I know the squad wasn't good enough in parts, but it was just, I think it's a combination of a lot of things. I think managers and hierarchy. Excited for the Championship season next year? Not really. It'll be a bit of a come down on it next year, playing back in the Championship. Do you think older players such as Fabry and Babel want to stay with us? I think Babel will want to go because he's definitely done well this season. He's proved that he can definitely play at the level, and I think he might go. His contract's up at the end of the season. I'd like to see him stay, but I don't think he will. Fabry might go as well, I think. He's not had any game time, has he, really, since August, so he'll probably go as well, which is a shame again because I think he's not a bad goalkeeper, but he's obviously not got the minutes required to show that, so I think he'll probably move on as well. And I think Markovic will go as well. I don't know why we signed him, to be honest. I think it's been pointless. He's barely made the matchday squad in the past couple of games, and it was a stupid panic buy right at the end of the window just to try and add to Tony Khan's multiple signing statement he said after Burnley. So I think he'll go as well. I think them 3 are nailed on to go, I think. Maybe a couple of others may be in and around. I don't know. I think Seri might stay. He might. I'm not banking on it, but I think he could. But it all depends if they want to take a plunge and play in the Championship next season. So we'll just have to wait and see. Whoever's manager's going to be in the summer will indicate on who he wants to keep and who he wants to sell. So we've just got to be a bit patient and just see what happens. Well, we've got to our 10th minute now, which is good. Going well. 15 viewers in here. Not too bad at all. 16 now, which is good. First one back for a while, so I'm doing my own FIFA season. We've got Antonio Valencia, Cahill, Drinkwater, and Tosson. That's not bad. That's actually quite good. I had Antonio. No, yeah, quite good signings actually. Yeah, quite good. We could have done with plus 11 in real life. So yeah, Mourinho for manager. No, he won't come to us in a million years. I think his next year will be abroad. Yeah, the Championship will be good next season, I think, to watch because you get a different type of team every week near enough. You can get teams who sit behind the ball and want to play for a draw. You get teams who sit on the counter-attack and want to hit you like that. You get some teams who play good football as well, so it's a different type of thing. When we continue your FIFA series, probably next FIFA. I think FIFA's stale at the moment now, so it'll probably come back at the start of next FIFA. You reckon the special edition kit is a rip-off? I couldn't believe it. Yeah, don't buy that special edition kit. It's basically, it was some Fulham fan put on Twitter. It's one of them basic template Adidas kits, sort of the customise your own Adidas kit with a Fulham badge on it and a little bit of writing. So it's just a tacky bit of crap, really, isn't it? Why couldn't they have waited another 10 years to our 150 or something like that? Maybe, I don't know. Was it 140 at the moment? We're on 140th anniversary, something like that. They should have waited for at least 150th before even making a centenary shirt, or whatever it's called. I don't know what they call it now, but it's a load of old cheap tat to try and make some marketing money off of. So I wouldn't buy that in a million years. So people who bought it, good on them. I'm not going to slate people for buying it. If they wanted to buy it, then good. But yeah, who won the FA Cup last? Naughty Neves. I think Wolves. Not because you're a Wolves fan who asked that, but I just like the way Wolves play at the moment. So for me, they will. Would you have David Fagner as manager? I don't know. Sat on the fence with that. Part of me wants to, but part of me doesn't. What position does Fulham need to improve on? Probably next year, probably defensively, definitely. That's been the Achilles heel this season. Although in the Championship, the standard of attacking forwards play isn't as good as it is in the Premier League, so you might get away with it in a couple of games, but we'll have to look to try and maybe get another centre-half in. You think we could beat City? I think it's a big ask, but I think out of all the teams Man City could have played, this is definitely the hardest one, so I definitely think they can... you can ruffle a few feathers, but it'll be a big ask. Is Tim Ream Premier League quality? No, sadly not. He hasn't got that yard of pace to prove it. Did you watch the Milan derby? It was a great match. I didn't watch that actually. No, I think ever since the Serie A coverage has been moved to Premier Sports, I've not watched it. Obviously, it was on BT Sport last year, and that got moved. Parker won't stay. I don't think. I think he wants a Fulham job. I think if he doesn't get the Fulham job, then he'll leave. I think. True Mackham asks, "What do you think of Dunderland?" I never heard of Dunderland before, but I'm presuming it's the word Sunderland. Sunderland, yeah, they're a good team. Probably going to go up. Probably going to the playoffs this season, I think. Be a big ask. You've got some good clubs in that playoffs. You've got Charlton, Sunderland. Could be a remake of the '98 playoff final for all we know. So that'd be something. That'd be crazy, wouldn't it? Sunderland versus Charlton at Wembley again, not the '98 playoff final. That was a great game. What do you think, Jared Bowen at Fulham? I would take him, but he'll probably cost a fortune. I think Hull want 20 million from in January. We can't spend that in the Championship, so I would, but the price would be through the roof, so probably not. I think Luton Town away next season. I'm considering it. I'll see if it happens first. If it does, then probably so. I definitely think I'd probably go to that. Consideration though. Old school ground. Bit of a come down, hasn't it? Liverpool away this season, then Luton away. Who's going to get promoted from the Championship next season? I can't answer that at the moment. Not right now. You've got to wait until at least the transfer window's finished before you get some sort of idea of who might be up there and that. So I can't answer that right now because you know what's going to happen in this time next year or what's going to happen in the summer. So you can't really answer that right now. I'll ask him that question in the summer and I might give you a bit more of an answer, but not right now. Yeah, Babel's quite good, but he'll probably go end of the season. He's proved he can play at the Premier League, as I said earlier on. So it wouldn't surprise me if he walked away on a free after his short-term deal's up at the end of the season. 17 viewers now, okay, we're going up. We've got a couple of viewers in there, which is good. Down to 16 now. Ranieri, I thought wanted to try and keep us up. I thought he'd get us defensively solid and then try and maybe work from there, but he never really did he? A couple of clean sheets along the way, but he wasn't good enough. Fossey Mensah's return, I was quite impressed with him. I thought he played very well. For someone who hasn't played a game since, what, was it Bournemouth at home, I think? The last time he played at home, at least. I thought he did very well, so hopefully like to see him play again. I think about Mitrovic, I know he said about him being isolated there, but I think he's definitely one of the type of player who relies heavily on service. And if you don't, if you don't get service from Mitrovic, you don't get Mitrovic. He's not effective. So I could do a job at right back. I'm solid. Well, I suppose if you could do a job at right back, you'd have probably been picked up by a club by now in the academy setup. So you might have been. I don't know you, but if you have, then good on you. But I wouldn't go as far as saying that. But Each their own. Each their own. What time is it now? 5 to 8. Okay. 16 viewers now. So if anyone's got anything else to ask, then fire away. Be quite cool to... Well, it can be anything really. Fulham related, any other sport related, any other questions. Try and get some sort of other questions floating around in the stream. It's nice talking about Fulham, but do you watch Cheeky Sport podcast? Not all the time, now and again. Now and again. Stevie says right back next season. He's got a chance. I think Christie will be above him though, just for championship experience at least. But if he makes a breakthrough, he can definitely get in that first team. Definitely. You know what? He get top 4? I don't know. I don't think so. Who's going to win UCL? I think Spurs have got a good chance. Well, they've got Man City now, so probably not. But I thought they did originally. I think City will probably be the favourites to win it. So I would have said Spurs prior to the draw, but what are the goals next season? Get promoted ASAP or take more time? Well, first and foremost, just make sure we don't go down to League One. We did that almost 4 years ago. Just try and consolidate first and take it from there. I don't think we're going to go up next season anyway. I'm quite confident we won't. I think we'll finish 3rd. I don't know. It's such a tough league, the Championship. You know, people think you can walk the league when you come down from the Premier League. It's not as easy as that, and I don't think we will. Mark my words, I don't think we'll go up next season. People might clip this up and replay it to me next May when we're probably like over 100 points and walk the league by about 15 points clear of 2nd place, but I don't think so. I don't think we will go up next year. We might do, but not for me. I think we'll finish in and around the playoffs, but I don't know. I just don't know. The Championship's a hard league, isn't it? Yeah, the Championship's never easy. You always get one decent team, but you never always get a massively. Apart from the Wolves last year, I think you never get a standout team you never get that standout team. You always get one team that are good, but go up because of consistency. But Wolves last year were generally good for the first half of the season, but then the second half of the season were okay at least. Stoke, same as Aston Villa, spent a lot of money trying to get back up. They had a good squad, but the pressure that comes with being expected to go up, it's one of those things. It doesn't happen, so it's going to be tough next year. It's 46 games. It's a lot. It's a marathon, isn't it? Championship. We know firsthand how hard it is, so I wouldn't expect. Do you have Xbox One? Yeah, I do. Yeah. Don't play it much now and again, but I do have Xbox One. Yeah. Do you have predictions for the Euros? What Euro 2020? Was it 2020 Euros? Is it? Or was it 2019? I can't remember. I don't know. 16. Never surprising. It was never surprising Wolves walked the league. Wolves did walk the Euro 2020. I'm not too sure yet. I don't even think the qualifiers are over and done yet, are they? I think there's another bunch of qualifiers coming up at the weekend. So once the qualifications come through and all the groups get announced, then we might be a bit more clearer on what's going to happen. But I think England have got a good chance if we can. We've got some fantastic young players coming through at the moment. So definitely, Fulham relegated yet? Well, all but relegated, not officially, but all but relegated at the moment. Not going to stay up. If we stay up, then I don't know what would happen. That would probably be the greatest escape ever in Premier League history if we stayed up, I think. Teams cut this season: Norwich, Sheffield United, and Leeds. I think Norwich champions. I think Sheffield United get 2nd. I don't know about Leeds. Janssen's out for 3 weeks. I don't know. They're a funny team, Leeds. I don't know. Should we try and get Oliver Norwood? I think Sheffield United are going to go up anyway, so I don't think we're going to get him because I think Sheffield United are going to go up and he'll definitely be a mainstay in their team next year. We should have got him in the summer, in my opinion. Definitely, but we let that ship sail and we're going to pay the price for it, I think. So, and even if we did want to, it would cost too much money anyway. Would you take Darren Moore at Fulham next season? Probably not. I can see why West Brom sacked him because the style of play wasn't great and the home form wasn't great either, but I don't think so. Yeah, I'm not overly fond of Aston Villa, not because of the playoffs and all that, but I'm not overly fond of them. I would like to see Leeds go up, yeah. Well, to be fair, look, we shouldn't be relying on teams like Wolves to help us out and that. We should, it's not your fault that you can't, that you're not beating the teams at the bottom of the table and that. We should have been winning our own games and that. So it's not down to anyone else's fault apart from us. We've not been good enough this season. That so why should we rely on other teams to go and do us favours when we've not been good enough? So it's not anyone else's fault apart from our own, really. So, but Wolves have been very impressive this season. Very impressive. Freddie Cooper, yeah, I'm not even going to entertain that question. I'm not going to entertain it. I'm going to ignore that one. We discussed that certain manager a long time ago. Huddersfield beat them twice. Yeah, they did, but it's just the way it goes sometimes, isn't it? You get some freakish results sometimes, don't you? Is Rico the go-to goalkeeper? I don't know. Probably not. Of the three managers, who's been the best this season? Paul Hurst would be good for Fulham. No. I think he had the chance at Ipswich. Paul Hurst definitely not. Hoofball. What's your Xbox One name? I'll have to get onto that another time. Xbox One name. I'll sort that out another time. If Hanglin was a manager, would you want him as manager? If he were, probably. You heard it here first. Preston will get in the playoffs. I do agree with that. I like Preston. I think they've been good this season. Middlesbrough will fall out. I do agree. They've been right. They fell right out of form recently. I think they got done 3-0 at Villa over the weekend. Would you take Kanovic back in the Championship? No, I wouldn't take him back, because if we get promoted again, we're back on that same thing again, aren't we? You know, it would be stupid if we appointed him again, because as I said, if we get promoted again, we're back in that same problem again, where he got found out in the Premier League. In my opinion, I don't think he's a Premier League manager. And I think if we appointed him, I think it would be a bit silly, I think. Do you know Lisa Manley? I know Lisa Manley. She follows me on Twitter and that. I know who she is, but I don't know her personally, but social media-wise, yeah. Harry Redknapp, oh God, don't make me laugh. He's actually managing in an hour if you watch that programme, Harry's Heroes, later on. Who's your favourite Fulham player you've ever seen? Oh God, that's a good one. I don't know. Best favourite Fulham player out of all time, or who I've seen. I don't know. There's so many good ones. I couldn't give one. I could probably give a number of players, but to give one would be very hard. Very hard. I watched it last night. And Harry's Heroes was a very good programme last night. I actually quite enjoyed that. It was good. It's on again tonight, isn't it? I think 9 o'clock. So that's what I'll be doing, watching that later on. That was quite funny, actually. I did enjoy watching that. Good programme. I thought it'd be a load of old garbage at first, but once it actually was quite good, because it touched on some serious things in life, like look at Paul Merson and what happened to him, and look at Razor Ruddock as well, how big he is and that, how bad his health is and that, on the verge of a heart attack nearly, isn't he? So it's definitely good, because it raises awareness of other serious phases in life, which is very good. So it's sort of like there's morals behind the programme as well, which I felt was quite good. Do you know Alex Chapman, the Fulham fan? No, I don't. Never heard of him. I don't know. I guess he's like some sort of gamer or streamer, I think. I don't know, but I've never heard of him before. He must be quite recognised. I'm old enough to remember Bedford Jezard. Bloody hell. It's going back a long time. Bedford Jezard. What a name. Great name. I don't really remember him too much. Redknapp, yeah. Oh, sorry, Crouchy Zamora and Cranshaw. Yeah, I don't think. Yeah, that would be quite funny if that happened. But I think Redknapp's going to retire. He's going to be retirement. So anyway, he's got enough money off of I'm Celebrity and stuff like that. Do you think Kenny will leave in the summer? Probably not. I don't think he will. I think we need to get the new manager a few seasons to try and get us up. But yeah, I think it's going to take time. We do need. I think like what happened with Kanovic, we need some sort of long-term plan. It was like a 3-year plan, I think, with him, wasn't it? 2 playoff campaigns and go up. If Sunderland go up, Sunderland versus Middlesbrough would be a decent atmosphere. It was last season, to be fair. They're not bitter rivals, but they're rivals at least, like Teesside versus Wearside and all that stuff. So, you know, or like Tyneside or whatever it's called and that. You need to get your Kanovic back. No, I don't want him back. I did like him a lot, but no. Zambo looked good Sunday. Keep him for the Championship. 110%. 110%. He looks like he's just settling into English football now, so definitely keep him on. Do you think Chelsea finish in the top 6 next year to face the transfer ban? It's a big ask, isn't it? They've got a fantastic crop of good young players, so you never know. Who do you think is going to go down in the Premier League? Cardiff, I think, will probably come 18th, us in 19th, and Huddersfield bottom. Which manager would you like? I don't know at the moment. I really don't. I couldn't answer at the moment. I don't have a clue who's going to manage next season. I really don't have a clue. We've just got to wait and see, haven't we? I have my own tournament called the Phil Neville Cup. It's a tournament me and my friend made. Try and make your own, you'd enjoy it. Fair enough. You think Arsenal will stay in top 4? I think so. Just about. I think they will. Be tight, but I think they will. Ahead of United, I think they will just edge it. Be close though, but I think they're definitely capable of doing it. Yeah, because Burnley, I think I know what you mean. They've got a very tough run, haven't they? They're definitely in and around that type of club. They're definitely in and around that area of being prone to maybe going down. I think they can. They've definitely got a chance of going down. Yeah, Arsenal's back line is very, very flaky. Huddersfield could generally finish above you. They could do, but I don't see it happening, if I'm being brutally honest. I like Huddersfield as a club, but I don't know. I don't know. It wouldn't surprise me if it did happen, because they've been playing quite well recently, but I don't know. Liverpool first, Man City second, United third, Arsenal fourth. Well, yeah, that seems quite a good prediction. I think Liverpool still win the league anyway. I think they will. I think they'll pit Man City. I don't know why, I just got this feeling. I think they'll just edge City just narrowly. Not by much, but probably about a point. What's the worst game of your season in your opinion? Well, it's the worst game we've had this season. I'd say Arsenal at home was up there because it was crap, definitely. Do you think we'll win any more? Do you think we'll win any more games this season? I don't know. Probably not. I look at Cardiff and think we've got a chance there, but I'm not too sure. Yeah, we're letting 70 goals this year. I know it's been terrible, isn't it? Liverpool bottle it. They can't handle the pressure. I know that is something that's been said. Obviously, Man City have been there and done it before, so you never know though. It's always the first for everything. I think Liverpool still got to play Chelsea at home yet as well. We all know what happened last time. Chelsea played them at home when they was in the title position. When obviously Gerrard did the old slip on the banana skin, didn't he? And it all went wrong. Best player for Fulham this season? I don't know who the best player's been really. I don't think anyone's been massively a standout. I think Chambers has been good, consistency-wise. I think he's definitely been up there. I think Liverpool win the league just about, I think they'll just win it, just marginally. Tomorrow I'm off college, yeah. Oh, good for you. We're all going on the championship tour, yes we are. Who wins the Bundesliga? I wouldn't have a clue. I don't really watch much of the Bundesliga, so I wouldn't know. I don't really follow German football too much, so... Unlucky. Yeah, we were unlucky, but Rico had that moment of madness, didn't he? If Liverpool win the league, we're never at the end of it. I know. Tell me about it. And they're probably going to get to a semi-final of the Champions League again as well, so they're still with a chance of winning 2 cups, which would be crazy. I don't think they won the Champions League, but imagine if they won the double. Imagine if they won the Champions League and the league. I think the whole of the internet would break if that actually happened. It'd be quite funny though, because I'd like to see it. But I think if Liverpool won the double, club you hate most. I don't really hate many clubs really. I don't like clubs, but I don't really hate them. You know, they've got their own thing and that. But I don't really hate football. I don't really hate a club really. Not really. I think, you know, I don't like certain clubs, but I don't really go beyond the point of hatred. People might think it's a bit stupid of me, but what do you think of Real Madrid getting knocked out of the Champions League? It's been quite a poor season. Ajax were really good, I must admit. Ajax were really good. Tadic was just playing out of his skin the other week, sorry. And it didn't surprise me, really. Ajax are actually not a bad team, quite underrated, so it wasn't much of a surprise. Do you like Man United? Not really. Not really. Don't really like United, to be honest. Never have. Never have. Didn't really like them under Ferguson either. Not really fond of them now, to be honest. Don't hate them, but one of those clubs that go in the meh type of category for me, at least. Yeah, United fans are weird, aren't they? Who do you see winning Champions League? Probably City. Who's better, Swansea or Cardiff? Probably prefer Cardiff, because I just think Neil Warnock's quite funny. And I think he's just quite comical, like some of the stuff he comes out with. I think he's just quite funny. And he's so Brexit, isn't he? That's what makes me laugh. Best away fans to visit the cottage this season. Who did we have the other week? Can't remember who it was now. I don't know who it was. Can't remember. So none of the away fans have been fantastic, I don't think, this season, really, to be honest. So I'd probably say really none, to be honest. As of yet. Obviously, we've still got Newcastle to come yet, who've got good away support. Cardiff as well. Surprise championship team of the year, I'd say Norwich, to potentially win the league as well. So that's been a big shock. Chelsea fans are not great. They weren't loud, really. They're not great. Not great at all. A bit like their home support, really. They weren't great. The big clubs, really, I don't think the away support's great. They're quite, like, sanitised, really. I don't understand why, but it's the way things are with the away support. Going for half an hour. We're going for another 15 or so minutes, then we'll wrap it up. Worst game of our season was definitely Oldham. Yeah, that was a crap game, that was. I wish I never went to that one. That was awful. That was absolute garbage. That was rubbish. So much drama as well. The Force who come back win against Brighton was really good for Fulham. Shame I haven't seen that much. Yeah, I didn't go to that game, but yeah, it was a good result though. to win 4-2 in the snow was quite crazy, but it was a good result, yeah. And it did have a big impact on our season as well. Well, not much, did it really? It had an impact in a way. After Chelsea support anyone from the UK, same with United and Arsenal. Yeah, same with Liverpool as well, because they're big clubs, they're big global brands, which is why they appeal to so many people. I think it's because of the global reach they get, which is why they make so much money, because of what they do and that. Because they usually probably, you never really get like Championship football shown abroad, or you always get like, the big Premier League games shown abroad, which is probably why many people support them. No, we lost 2-0 at Palace at home. First day of the season, we lost 2-0 at home. That was the first game as well. First game of the season. God, how long? That feels like a lifetime ago, that does now. After what's happened the past, 8 months in between or whatever. Feels like an absolute lifetime ago. So much drama has happened in between. It's not been good. It's not been good. Who else did you beat 4-2? Brighton, who else? I don't think... Oh, Burnley. We beat Burnley 4-2 in August. That was our second home game of the season. We beat them 4-2. That was another crazy game as well. Like 3-2 us at half time, and that was crazy. And then obviously Burnley didn't do nothing in the second half and that, and then we scored late on with Schürrle right at the end. Back when we were playing good football and back when things looked quite positive, but not anymore. Is Ranieri a bad word? No, I don't hate Ranieri. I think it's a bad fit, a bad appointment at the wrong time. But I don't hate him in that. He tried his best. It wasn't good enough. So I don't hate him though. Yeah, Premier League fans are tourists. Yeah, they all are, aren't they? Majority of clubs are. I'd say the bigger clubs more than others. Like, especially if you get like teams like Liverpool and that compared to Everton. I think Everton are more like genuine working class supporters with Liverpool and that. I mean, do they even work at all? Probably not. Is Fulham's away record the worst in Premier League ever? I don't know. We've not won away all season, so it's definitely up there, isn't it? So it's definitely up there. It'd be quite embarrassing if we go the whole season without winning an away game. I think that's the first ever season we've done it in as well, where we've not won away from home since we were formed. So we're breaking all sorts of records this season. It's just embarrassing, isn't it? The sooner the season finishes, the better. I can't wait for it to finish. Not good at all. So we'll go for another couple of minutes. We'll go for another 5 or so minutes, and we'll wrap it up, and then we'll conclude the stream there. Go for another 5 minutes. It's only a short one tonight, but yeah. Why was Dennis Odoi constantly getting picked? I don't know. I don't think he's great, but I don't know why he was getting picked. Strange one. Yeah, Derby didn't win away either. Yeah, well, it didn't surprise me. They only won like 2 games, didn't they? 1 or 2 games. They got 11 points, didn't they? So then they have the wins. We've only got Man City left to play in terms of the top 6. I think off the top of my head, I think Man City at home. I think that's about it. We played Spurs twice and that. What manager would you like? I'm not too sure at the moment. I don't know. It's a funny one. I'm not too sure really. I'm really not too sure. So have to wait and see to the end of the season. I'm from Liverpool. Most of the working class support Liverpool. More stuck up in my opinion than Everton, but I think that's just bias speaking. Well, I wouldn't know really, because I'm obviously not from the area, so obviously you've got a bit more better idea than I have, but I wouldn't personally know. Derby won 1 game that was against us, bloody hell. So they got 1 game. They must have drawn, 5 or 6 games to get 11 points. I'm not sure if that's mathematically correct, but bloody hell, only 1 win in a season, that's terrible. At least I think we've won 4 games, I think. This season, pre-season was really bad. Well, to be fair, we didn't sign players till like mid-July, so that was a problem as well, where we left it quite late, didn't we? But only winning 1 game this season, that's bad. That is very bad. I think I would have stopped going by now if we'd have won. If we'd only won 1 game this season. Yeah, Man City will be a weird one. I think we're going to get smashed by them, if I'm honest. I think we play well against Liverpool and that, and then we'll go and get tonked by Man City. Because we can never put 2 good performances together. We never can. We're not consistent enough. We're inconsistent, so I don't think we're going to... definitely not. Right, we'll go for another couple of minutes, a couple more questions, then we'll wrap that one up here. Only a short one tonight, but thought I'd kill a bit of time and do a bit of a stream since we've done one for a while. Thought I'd kill a bit of time and do one, so yeah. If you've got any more questions, then fire them. We're only go for a couple more now. So at the start of the season, where did you think you would finish? I'd said about 15th or 16th. I felt that would have been a good finish for us this season. Just try and stay up and then try and build on it. I don't like the clappers. I think they're rubbish. Get rid of them. Remember, we're the only team to beat Man City this year. Yeah, it's quite a good stat to have, to be fair. Man City don't lose many games, and when they do, it is a bit of a surprise, and the other team do play quite well. So yeah, Newcastle played well that night, though. Credit to them, and that they deserved to win that night. That'd be good if they win the league in that. You can at least say the only team to have beaten them in that league winning campaign, which is quite good. So That'd be good to have. Right, we are going to conclude it there, guys. Thanks for joining the stream tonight. Probably do one maybe next week, I'm not too sure. Only a short one here tonight, but thanks for dropping in.